How's it going, guys? We gonna go ahead and do a new video today. We've got a kit from Eonon. It's gonna be a new stereo, a 9-inch touchscreen for my 2012 Ford F150. This works for the 2009 to the 2014 F150. Most of them all got the same center console, and yeah, they sent it to me. This is gonna be sponsored by them. I'm gonna have links in the description for their product and their website. And we're going to go ahead and go through an install and show you guys what the before, the after, and the improvement we get with having the new touchscreen. Alright, let's get it. Alright everybody, here it is. We're going to go ahead and open her up, see what she looks like on the inside here. Immediately, we are presented with the actual stereo and touchscreen. We'll open that here in just a second. Set that there. This, I'm assuming, is going to be our backup camera and the rest of our cables and such. Oh yeah, this is going to be our actual harness that we're going to have hooked up to the truck and the touchscreen. And this looks to be our backup camera. And then we got our instructions and our manual, user manual and such. But we'll go ahead and start getting into that. Let's go ahead and take a look at this touch screen here. I'm going to have to use you guys to pull this off. Alright, thanks for the help. This is a 9-inch touch screen. Beautiful. Go ahead and see what it's going to look like on the inside of the truck here. This is what we're working with currently. You know, old school. Nested special CD player. We don't ever use CDs anymore, sadly, but this is going to replace that. It's going to look so much better. Alright, let's go ahead and see what she looks like. We're going to start taking things apart. Alright everybody, usually you'd go ahead and use like a trim tool to where you're going to be able to push things in and such. I'm going to use a screwdriver. I recommend not doing it because you can break things and such. I'm going to be very easy. You can too. But just make sure you're very easy with it. And I'd recommend just using a plastic trim tool. But first things first, there's a little tab up here. You're going to have to try to work your way out. Just kind of start from the corner. It shouldn't be that bad to get out. Just like I said, we're going to be very, very careful in doing this. This comes up. Just going to go ahead and set this up here. There's 2 bolts right here. I'm going to get the tool and we're going to go ahead and get that done. Alright, we go ahead and we went and got our socket here. We're going to go ahead and just kind of start to break these loose here. This shouldn't be really that hard to get loose. Got a little bit more. I kind of use my fingers. First one's out. I'm just going to sit this up here. Do the same thing. Got the other one out. This is basically loose. Now there's one more bolt you have to get, and it's actually down here kind of on the sink. This has got to come out, and we're going to just kind of pry that out. I got a different screwdriver for that. This one's just a little thinner, but I'm pretty sure if we just be very gentle, I'm going to just try to pry this out, and when we get that out, we can get behind this, and there's the last bolt we have to get out. I'll come back to you whenever I get this out. Alright, we went ahead and we just kind of got this popped out. I needed some assistance to get that kind of wedged in, but this just kind of comes out, and there's the last one here. We're going to go ahead and just get this one loose here. I'm assuming it's the same size. Alright. You guys didn't see that. Don't worry. All right, now I can just kind of loosen it with my fingers. We need to make sure we don't lose this because we're going to need the other one, or this to probably put in the other one. Not sure if they come with new screws or not. Now this is basically loose now. We're going to go ahead and get these clamps, these side pieces kind of. They've also got to come wedged off just a little bit. You have to be very careful with this because it is plastic, okay? So when we're trying to pop this off, we're going to use very light pressure, but firm, just not, you know, crank it on it as hard as you can. But we're going to just try to kind of pop this out, kind of start from the top and work your way down. And we'll go ahead. My bad, guys. My truck's gonna beep at me here. Thinks I'm breaking into it. Don't worry about it. I'll get that for you guys. I just hit my hazard button. But we're gonna just pop this out very gently. We're gonna slowly just kind of work our way down. Darn hazard button. There's just one more little pop down here I'm looking for. There it is. Now, that's loose. I don't want to pull it all the way out because I can now get to where I need to get. This one should be the same way. Like I said, firm but easy, because it does take a little bit of force. They're not supposed to come off just randomly on you. Try to keep getting this nice and gently. There she goes. There we go. We kind of got that first pop. It just didn't make the big pop sound. Come on, plastic, work with me here. All right. Sitting in there a little tight still. All right. She's sitting loose enough. I think I can get everything out. We're just going to see if we can go ahead and disconnect. I'm going to disconnect these two because it kind of has to fit through this hole here. I don't know if you can see that right here. These cables, I'm going to go ahead and just disconnect. They're just a push release. So there's just a little clamp that you're going to have to find and push on here. And it just slides right off. Nothing to it. This, you're going to reuse later. So we're going to go ahead and save that for later. This now should just come right off. This one's still in just a little bit. So, come on, work with me here. All right. Now, it is unhooked. I will go ahead and reposition the camera and stuff, and we'll get back to it. All right, we're just getting the last couple of things unplugged here. All right, so now we are going to use some stuff here later to put it back in. We're going to obviously pull this back out. I mean, now it's just going to be small screws and such, and we're going to transfer all this over to our other head unit. This has still got to come out, the CD player, and we're going to have to remove this frame up here because we're not going to be using that anymore. But we're going to go ahead. These are your cables, your power cables, you know, your connector to your cigarette lighter and such. Then once we get everything transferred over, we'll go ahead and we'll cut over to that, and we'll go ahead and take all this stuff out, transfer it over, then we'll start hooking things back in. All right, next step, when we're taking all this stuff out, we're going to go ahead and pop this out. Really, you're just going to have to pry it to get it to come out forward this way. We're going to go ahead and take this out and this out, It just takes a T20 bit to get in here and get this. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be a different bit, but we'll figure it out which one it is, and I'll let you know. We'll be right back just a second. All right, everybody. I didn't really do much off camera. I literally unscrewed those couple things, and then when I unscrewed them, just screwed it back in. It's just sitting in there. Now, I have a couple complaints. The cigarette lighter, now, it's not necessarily Eonon's fault. It's kind of Ford's fault, I guess, unless maybe this head unit was supposed to have a little slot here. There's little things you would pinch here to slide it into place. But, I mean, I've pushed on it as hard as I can without breaking anything, and it won't clamp in. It's just kind of sitting there. It's supposed to go in the rest of the way. I've looked it up. Everybody says it goes in the rest of the way. I can't get it to go in. So whether or not mine was just made wrong, or maybe it was just Ford, the thing's not, it's too stiff, that might be the case. But the biggest complaint, this is a little loose. Again, it's just the little push tab on the side. It may be Ford's problem, or maybe this plastic piece is just a little loose back here. But I'm not really worried about it. I mean, it works just fine. I'm not shaking the whole thing like crazy, and if you do it still, it's not coming out. All right, I was gonna put the sync module in. You lose sync by hooking up the Eonon thing. I just need you to know that. You're gonna be using CarPlay and Android Auto, but you won't need sync anymore. I was gonna put this in, but there's a bolt you have to get to screw this frame in. If you look at the bottom, you can kind of see it. But yeah, I can't put that in till later. I don't think. Yeah, I'd have to wait. So we'll save that part. Now, the next part that we got is this should be done. We shouldn't need any of this. As far as I can tell, it's just our old stereo that connects to the CD player. Now, we're going to sit this to the side now that we've got it prepped and ready. Let me sit this back here. All right. I'm going to flip that face down. Okay. Now, all right, we have to get the CD player out. We do not need the CD player anymore. Let me try to see what that is. That looks like that same thing we had earlier. All right, same bit. We're just going to unmount the CD player. I'm going to set these to the side. Should have got a longer bit here. Or a socket, my bad. I'd recommend probably going diagonal so there's less pressure on the bolts, but I wasn't paying attention. I'll get that out in just a second. I'm going to start loosening these up. But overall, so far, not been a problem. It's pretty easy. We've got just some tight squeezes. You just feel a little uncomfortable squeezing on this plastic because it's plastic. You just don't want anything to break, but it's completely understandable. And Eonon's got policies to help you out if something breaks. So just shoot them an email if something happens, and I'm sure they can help you out. Customer service is great. Such a tight fit. So hard to reach too, this. I missed. Alright. Alright, that should be pretty loose now. Take some of that pressure off of it. Alright. Now this should just slide right out here. And now we just got to unplug a couple cables. Should just be a power and whatever this cable is called. Alright, we went ahead and got the stereo out, or actually the CD player. Now, I believe this frame has got to come out here. I'm going to go ahead and check up on that. I think this bolt here just comes out, and then looks like there's maybe just another one here. And then this frame should just pop right out. We'll go ahead and double check that before we do it. And then we're just going to start hooking up some wires into the new head unit. We're going to try to beat this darkness here, but it don't look like we're winning. So, because I'm trying to take my time, make sure we do everything the right way. But we'll get back to that. Alright, we're going ahead and we're just kind of plugging some things together. These gray ones are going to go to the actual truck. I've just got that one plugged in for kind of a reference to remember where things go and such. But over here on the unit, we've got all of our inputs and such. All the diagrams actually really helpful. Some of these even have pictures as to where they're supposed to go. So, saves me a lot of figuring out. This one's going to go on the far side. It is the Wi-Fi antenna and Wi-Fi stuff. Okay, the far end, opposite of that one, it's going to go right, bam. Okay. Alright. Let's go sit right there. Alright, let's see. The audio adapter cable. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of fish through and do this. It's getting a little dark, so I'm going to have my cameraman help me. We'll cut right back after I get some of this stuff plugged in. Alright everybody, I'm sorry if it kind of seems like I jumped a little bit. Honestly, I really didn't. I just hooked a couple of the cables up. The instructions show everything. Now, you do not really even need them. With the pictures on them, as I was showing earlier, it just falls together. Each part, if it doesn't fit, it don't go there. It's super simple. The hardest part you will have is simply just putting it back in place. There's only going to be the one screw where the sink goes. As you can see, it is nighttime out here. We had some family issues come up, and I ended up having to kind of stop for what I was doing and come back to it. So that's kind of explaining my situation here. But you literally sit this in place and you just push it in. These pieces go over the side. You'll push the sides in, and that's it. Everything goes together. And if you have any questions about it, just leave a comment and I'll get to you guys. But I wanted to kind of show you guys what we got here whenever we started up. Go ahead and hop in, cameraman. I'm the cameraman. Alright, we have our display. It's already connected to my phone. It's running through the whole deal with CarPlay. It's loading and syncing. It's just doing all of it automatically. And we have our GPS pull up, Spotify, and all of our apps. My OnX is pulled up. And this is just, it's my phone now. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will do another update video on this coming soon. Both videos are sponsored by Eonon. They sent me this unit and they are giving me a chance to start my YouTube channel with them. So big props to them, reaching out to small time YouTubers and just people that are going to post it on Instagram. I'm going to post my before and after pictures and everything on Instagram. You can get me at Hunter Ridgeway 525. I will leave a link in the description for the item that I purchased, this exact model, and I'm going to link Eonon and their contact information if you'd like to contact them with questions or anything. But honestly, ask me. Drop a comment and I'll be checking the video, and I'm ecstatic. It's the upgrade that I needed, really. I don't know. It makes this 2012 feel like a 2020. It's one of the easiest upgrades you can do with how the instructions are worded. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys will leave a comment and let me know what you think, and if you guys have any questions. Appreciate it. Peace and love. Alright, so what's going on, guys? So I planned on getting this video recorded and sent out a lot sooner, but I actually had some personal things come up, and alongside I had a couple of install issues. Nothing with Eonon or anybody that was involved other than me. I simply misplaced some of the stuff for the backup camera, and I just could not figure out the whole putting it together and wiring it together because I was missing parts. So I've now got it all hooked up, and dumb me, whenever I went to record it, I stopped recording instead of starting recording, so I lost a lot of footage and a lot of the install. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the after the install of the backup camera. I already got the install. You probably already have watched it now, of the head unit actually. So that, and I'm going to also show you some of the features of the head unit, the backup camera and stuff being used. So first things first, I routed the microphone for the head unit. It's right there. I took the stuff for the backup camera. The wire runs under here, across, or it goes over this, down this, and along under this piece here, wraps around, goes into here, and I've got a hole that I drilled out right here. I mean, there's already a hole there. I just wanted it to be a little easier to get to. I routed it around and through, back along the back side of that, and then back here to the back. Let me see if I can get you guys a little view of what it looks like under here. And I use zip ties. You see the red and yellow cord there where they connect? That's the connection for it. I use zip ties and electrical tape and everything to get everything binded together so it's not shaking around. I'm going to wrap those two things with electrical tape so water doesn't affect it. And then that's where I sat the backup camera. It just sits there nicely. You can't really tell it's out of place. Looks pretty factory. Now let's go ahead and give you guys a start up here. Sorry, I just got done cleaning the truck here. Now, it's a little dirty because I've driven it and used it for, a week or so. And I'm just going to talk about it. But first, let's just give it a start up. So you can see that my door is open. This is the actual head unit software here. It'll boot up Android Auto here in a second. When it detects my phone, there it is, pretty quickly. And like that, Android Auto is now opened. At first it takes a second for it to get going, but once it gets going, it works great. There's plenty of features on here. You could use all of your apps and everything. It's just like, it comes factory. It's got a GPS, everything, anything you could ask for. It's amazing. All my buttons still work that I need. I love it. I really do. Let me show you the backup camera feature here. Go ahead and put it in reverse. And there you go. You can see the backup camera. You can see directly behind me, my neighbor's over there. And now, if you can see there, that's my license plate light. It actually, for the placement that I put it, kind of sucks, okay? So I put it right on the light, and the light that's going to be there kind of shines right on the camera at nighttime, but I'm too lazy to have to change it, and it's fine for me. I mean, I'm just going to either change over the light to the other side or something, but I'm not doing it right now. But I love it. Thank you, Eonon, for supporting me and letting me start my YouTube channel around you guys and my truck, and for sending it out just to let me review as a sponsorship. Appreciate it. Hope you guys watch the rest of the content I produce, and stay tuned for more truck stuff, and maybe Eonon will have me review another head unit for a different truck. Maybe it'll be your truck or something. We'll see what we can do. Peace.